The world outside is dead, but inside Sara's room, the digital clock pulses with a rhythmic bleeding red light. It is exactly midnight. Silence is a heavy shroud, broken only by the sound of her own breathing. Sara sits on the edge of her bed, her eyes fixed on the vanity mirror. The glass seems deeper than usual, a dark pool reflecting a girl who looks exhausted. Then the silence breaks. A faint, raspy sound, like dry leaves skittering across stone, drifts from the surface of the glass.
Please, don't turn off the light.
The words are a ghost of a sound. Sara grips her blanket until her knuckles turn white. She tells herself it is just the wind rattling the old window frames. She tells herself she is tired, but her heart hammers a frantic rhythm against her ribs as she stares at the unmoving glass, wondering if the darkness just spoke to her. The second night arrives with a cold front that rattles the bones of the house. Sara stands before the mirror again, driven by a morbid curiosity she cannot name. She takes a deep breath and slowly, deliberately lifts her right hand. In the world of the living, her hand reaches for the ceiling. But in the silvered world of the mirror, the reflection remains perfectly still. Its arms hang at its sides. Its eyes are wide and hollow. Then, with a jerky mechanical motion, the reflection lifts a single finger. It does not mimic her, it points. It points steadily, urgently, toward the bedroom door behind her. Sara spins around, her heart leaping into her throat. The hallway is a void of shadow. Darkness pools in the corners like spilled ink, thick and expectant. There is nothing there, yet the reflection's finger remains fixed, an accusation against the empty air. By the third night, the air in the room is thick with moisture. Fog begins to cloud the mirror surface from the inside out. Invisible fingers trace lines through the condensation, forming jagged, frantic letters.
Don't open the door.
The warning is barely finished when a heavy thud echoes against the wood of her bedroom door. Knock, knock, knock. The sound is solid, real, and terrifyingly close. Sara freezes, her breath hitching in her chest. A voice drifts through the cracks of the doorframe. Sara, open up. It is a voice she knows better than her own. It is her mother's voice, perfectly pitched, calm, and nurturing. But something is wrong. The cadence is too perfect, too rhythmic. Sara stands paralyzed between two horrors. From downstairs, the faint, muffled sound of the television hums, and she can hear the unmistakable clatter of a bowl and her mother talking softly to the dog in the kitchen. The real mother is downstairs. So what is standing in the hall? The voice outside her room repeats more insistently now. Sara!
Open the door. I know you are awake.
Sara turns back to the mirror, her only source of truth. Her reflection is no longer a silent observer. It is sobbing. Great silent heaves, shaking its shoulders, tears streaming down its face in the frost. The reflection's hand moves again, scratching desperately into the condensation.
I have been trapped here for 100 years.
Sara leans in, her lips trembling as she whispers to the cold glass.
Who are you?
The reply is written instantly, the letters carved deep into the fog.
I am you.
From tomorrow, the knocking outside turns violent. It is no longer a request, it is an assault. The rhythmic pounding shakes the frame. Under the door, the rhythmic pounding shakes the frame under the door. The door handle rattles with such force it threatens to snap. Then, a sound like grinding metal, the door handle rattles with such force threatens to snap. Then, a sound like grinding metal. The door handle rattles with such force it threatens to snap. Then, a sound like grinding metal. The door handle rattles with such force it threatens to snap. Then, a sound like grinding metal. A shriek of frustrated hunger tears through the air. As the clock strikes 12:01, a shriek of frustrated hunger tears through the air. As the clock strikes 12:01, the room falls into a suffocating silence. The mirror clears, the frost vanishing as if it were never there. Sara breathes, her lungs burning. She steps forward, reaching out to touch the glass, seeking comfort in her own image. She is stone-faced, trembling, her eyes wide with the shock of survival. But in the mirror, her reflection does not tremble. It slowly, agonizingly, curves its lips into a wide, jagged smile that reaches its unblinking eyes. Sara remains unmoving, her own face a mask of terror. But the girl in the glass continues to grin as the bedroom light flickers and dies. If you saw your reflection, smile when you did not. Would you run?